Chewy, you need a new video playlist on YouTube to cover gaming tips, reviews, and other random shit.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. PUBG XBOX Settings.
Hello and welcome. I thought I'd take a little bit of time out here of my very busy schedule to do something I don't normally do. It's a bit of like, I'm not going to say tips video, but I'm going to say let's run through some settings and a little bit about aiming in PUBG. I'm not claiming to be an expert, but I have put an I have put an extraordinary amount of hours into this game. If you're someone who likes stats, let me show you. Oh, someone's beating me now. Just an extraordinary amount of hours there. So anyway, let's get into this in the training room. Okay, so here's my settings. So I switched to Type B a long time ago. Type B defaults you to ADS, the more accurate way of firing. I find that this is my preference nowadays because I like to make sure that I'm being accurate when shooting. I would recommend this if you're just starting out of the game. But really, most of what you're going to see here is about personal preference. I'm just going to talk you through my logic. So we'll skip over the movement speeds that I've currently set up and go straight to general sensitivity. I have this quite high. I want to be able to look around myself very quickly. You'll probably be aware already that you get shot in the ass a lot on PUBG, and the ability to look around your character very quickly and looking around your surroundings is incredibly important. It's something you want to do at high speed. So I have this at 13. I can understand why some would have it higher. I wouldn't have it any lower than this, guys. That's for me, that's just too crazy. If you feel like you can't control the camera, learn. I have aim acceleration off. I understand the school of thought that you should have this turned on, so when you're aiming at vehicles that are going past, you can keep up with them. For me, I like consistency, and I've never turned this on, so I don't want to. I like consistency when aiming my bolt actions and stuff. I don't want my aim accelerating. I want consistency, so that's my preference there. Over the shoulder aiming. So there's 3 different types of aiming in the game. We can go into those in more detail another time. But there's hip fire, OTS over the shoulder, and ADS. All of them vary in how they affect your accuracy and your movement speed. If you're aiming over the shoulder at close quarters, you will be able to outmaneuver your enemies, but you won't be firing as accurately. So at close quarters, I like to have a high fire rate gun, preferably a Groza, or perhaps something like a Vector or an UMP or an Uzi at close range, to make sure that I'm really getting as many chances to land a shot as possible, but I'm moving faster than my opponent. As we go through the scopes, I gradually decrease the aim speed. I feel that 1x is fairly good on the default settings of 10 to deal with mid-range fighting. I like this because I want to be more accurate than the above setting. I want to have a little bit more control. I can understand if perhaps you're a better player or you're used to higher sensitivities, budging that up to just make yourself that much faster in a gunfight. But for me, this is a good mixture between quick to react and accurate firing. As we go down, you can see I slowly decrease, and as we get to the 8x, I'm now on a 5 sensitivity. I can understand again why some might think this is a little slow, but for me, 8x are only for your bolt action guns and your DMRs, and 5 is more than enough for me to be accurate. You know, I want to be precise with my sniping. If I'm carrying an AUM, an M24 or a K98, I want to know that I'm hitting headshots. So I'll stick my 8x on that. I do have my 4x at a higher sensitivity, so if I've picked up something like an SLR or an SKS, you know, I get that option by picking my 4x over the 8x and having that faster reaction speeds to the aiming. But this is something that I would like to control in game. You can zero your targeting distance with an 8x scope. If you could change sensitivities in the middle of the game, I would probably do that. It's something you can do on PC, but on Xbox we don't have that function. So this is how I have things set up. Finally, the 15 times, as I'm sure you're probably aware by now, is bugged. It's just far too slow. So I have that on 20 times sensitivity, which is just still not fast enough. If you're interested in the other areas, I do have myself a red reticle. You can change the brightness of that and the color here if you weren't already aware. And finally, make sure you've got all your guns to pick up on auto on pickup. If you've ever landed in a hot drop situation and picked up an M4, for example, and had it just on single fire the entire time whilst you're running around a hot drop area without realizing you've not switched it to auto yet, you can get past that situation by using this setting here. Do it, do it, do it. Well, that's it for the first episode in this series of tips, gaming reviews, and other random stuff. Will it be the only episode? Well, that's up to you guys. Let me know if you want to see more in the comments below. If not, this was a one-hit wonder. Catch you soon.
It's Chewy Cracker. Chew, 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 chew.